The year 2022 has definitely been started off very slowly, man. Nothing has been coming out recently. A lot of restocks, a few shock drops, but nothing crazy. One of the biggest shoes last year, and also a sneaker that will continue to dominate 2022, is the Nike SB Dunk Low. And even though we love the Nike SB Dunk Low, we still know that they put out so many colorways, so many different variations that the shoe can kind of get old and just boring after a while. But this one is a little bit different. Ah, here we have it, the Nike SB Dunk Low Snow. What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Sniper Jones, and I'm back with another review. Even though it's been a while, man, it's good to be back in front of the camera. It's good to be reviewing another pair of sneakers, and today we have a pair that's actually unreleased. So we have the Nike SB Dunk Low Snow. As you guys can see, it's clearly unreleased. This shoe was actually supposed to release December, Christmas time. The sneaker is 100% Christmas themed, but for whatever reason, Nike decided to take it off the shelves and push it back. It still doesn't have a release date to this day or a retail price. I do have some additional information we're gonna talk about when it comes to these, but before we get to that, I have to thank the people who let me review these shoes. Hype 24/7 will be linked in the description. There's a dope sneaker store downtown Atlanta that pretty much gets everything. Check out their Instagram, man. A lot of stuff is unreleased. Sometimes they do get released stuff, and out of all the sneaker stores in Atlanta that resells, the prices there is the best. I'm not just saying that because they let me buy a pair of sneakers. Okay, so back to this Nike SB Dunk Low, because it really has my attention. To be honest, I didn't really know too much about this release before I did my research, and I didn't see this on my radar to cop. We already know that Nike SB already does a great job when it comes to concept sneakers, and this is just another one of those pairs that they just went all the way out the way for. Let's talk about the box, all right? I know this box is all white. It's very hard for you to see in the studio with these studio lights. The sneaker might be the same way, but the details on this box is very different from any SB box. Usually when we get a Nike SB that's kind of concepted like this, it'll be in that multicolored box, but this time they gave us an all white box that kind of resembles the snow effect. It also has like the Nike brand is still here, but we get some animations of kids playing in the snow on the box, which I thought was pretty cool. On this side, you see a kid kind of sliding down a slope, and then on this side, you can kind of see like a kid. It looks like she's like riding down a hill of snow, but the hill of snow is the Nike swoosh. I thought that was pretty cool. I love themed sneakers like that. As we check out the outer sole, it does have this translucent outer sole with snowflakes on the bottom to give it that winterized snow effect. As we check out the midsole, it's a dark gray midsole with a little bit of white stitching to kind of divide the upper from the midsole as well. This is honestly one of those quirky winter inspired sneakers, and I'm gonna tell you why I believe that just in a second. We have a velvet white exterior on the upper of the sneaker, and we also get this matte silver going through the upper as well. Now, feeling the material of the shoe, it definitely reminds me of a Strange Love SB Dunk, which is one of my favorite releases that they've ever came out with, especially when it came down to concept pairs. The velvet on the toe box and going around the upper feels the exact same, so if you've ever had the Strange Love SB, it gives you a better understanding or a better feel of what these would feel like. Now, throughout the sneaker and the box, there's various depictions of children playing through snow, either riding down a sled. Now, I know the shoe might be a little bit hard to see with the studio lights in here, so I'm gonna do my best to put a lot of B-roll out there for you guys to see some good quality images. Something else that I thought was kind of cool when I looked at the sneaker is they're wearing like vintage Renaissance old attire. It kind of reminds me of like what they would be wearing in like Game of Thrones or something like that, just looking at the clothing and how old school it is. They even give you an example of that when you look at the back tab by the Nike logo. These color flags that you see on the back of the heel tab can be seen at a Renaissance festival and kind of remind you of like those medieval jokers back in the day. The sock liner is trimmed in this blue that gives it a nice touch because it kind of separates the inside from the uppers. Material is A1 on the sneaker, and I definitely think that it's one to add to the collection. Now, I have no idea when Nike plans on releasing these. Once again, it was supposed to release December, and now I'm thinking like, when is the best time to put out a winterized shoe? I mean, I get the Christmas theme where I get like the snowy theme. Technically it's still winter, right? So they really have, anytime they want to, they can put this shoe out. So I am interested in when they're gonna decide to do it. Some more great material I thought Nike used was this fur that's on the tongue of the sneaker. They also put Nike and branded it in this silver glitter that kind of makes it pop out too. Gives it a nice cool touch. So more than likely this sneaker will be limited. Whenever it comes to these concept Nike SBs, they're never easy to grab. I would say that they will probably be available at your local skate shops and even some of your tier 0 stores around the area. Me personally, I live in Atlanta, so we got stores like Monier, Wish, ATL, and of course we have Social Status. So those might be some sneakers in my area. If you guys are wondering what tier 0 stores you have, I would just say research, look around your area, and more than likely either the skateboard shops or the tier 0 stores will have these whenever they are set to release. Now the Nike SB is getting a lot more love lately, and this is actually a conversation I have with my friends very often. Now it's hard to tell with a lot of people which one they like more between the Nike SB and the Nike Dunk. For example, I love me a classic pair of Nike Dunks. The reason why I love the Dunk is, number one, I've never been a huge fan of the fat tongues that a Nike SB would have, but more importantly, I've always been a fan of the normal, average, everyday college colorways. The Nike Dunks, you'll see the Panda colorway, Syracuse colorway, UNLVs. Those are classic, just pure college colorways that you can wear with 100 different fits, 100 different ways. But when you factor in the Nike SB, this is where you get some of the best collaborations. As I mentioned earlier, the Nike SB Dunk Strange Love, even the Travis Scott SB. You even get shoes like the Skunk SB, or you get some of our favorites like the Crawfish SB. It's so many different collaborations. It's so many, I mean, Chunky Dunky. Like most of the best Nike SBs are collaborations, you know what I'm saying, to be honest, and a lot of those are very cemented in what we do. So when you ask people, or when you ask yourself which is better between the Nike Dunk SB and the Nike Dunk, not only is it about comfort and feel, it's also about hype. A lot more of the hype is on the SB side. Like I said, all those high tier, high resale joints are more SBs than Nike Dunks. Now, even though Nike Dunks are still going for the high with certain colorways, it doesn't come close to a lot of the collaborations. Now, if anybody's interested in picking these up, you can head to Hype 24/7, who's selling these for, I think, $475, which is actually a great price because, once again, Nike SB themed sneakers go for a lot, and on top of that, it's an unreleased sneaker. I want you guys to comment down below in the comment section and let me know what Nike Dunks are you looking forward to cop this year. I've already seen people had the Union LA collaboration with the Nike Dunk, and they actually had these. Hype 24/7 had those when I went to the store to buy a pair of sneakers. If you guys didn't see the video, I went recently. You should check that out. They give you a good insight on the store and what they have to offer. But I pulled up actually looking for the Union LA Nike Dunks. And when I got there, unfortunately, they sold out of all the pairs they had. They had about like 5 or 6 pairs dummy early, and they were selling them for a great price. Once again, I think their prices are better than any other spot in Atlanta that resales. Trust me, like, take my word for it. Let me know your thoughts and opinions of the Nike SB Dunk Low Snow. Are y'all copping these, man? Is it a hit? Is it a miss? Is it a pass? Until next time, man, it is your boy Sniper Jones. Thank you guys so much for watching. You know I cannot leave without saying everybody want to be famous, but who really put in that work though? Snipe Squad, I love y'all. Dream big.